Welcome back, WFTDA.tv right here for this, the third place game now between the Mob City Misfits and the Attack Pack.
We've already seen quite a few games today, narrowing down, putting people in places now. We got 2 bouts left right here in the open division. Third place to be decided, first place coming up after this. But this one right here, this is going to be a fight out here on the track.
Figuratively, hopefully not literally, yes. The Attack Pack from St. Petersburg, Florida, and we have the Attack Pack All-Stars in the white with purple trim this time. 101 Ari Cantrell, 108 Childs, 120 Evil Apple, 123 Purple Warrior, 17 T-Rex. Number 20 is Scully, 212 Kaposi, 24 Solar Flare, 330 Buckeye Brawler, 413 Slit Your Throat, 62 Olivia Glisson, 63 Knoll, 9 is Punky Bruiser. The scratch is Road Rage, and news on Road Rage, doing fine today. Of course, injured, not a major injury, but sore, and of course not skating today. But send our regards to Road Rage, and just wanted to start off with that bit of news.
Yeah, it was good to hear that Road Rage was back in the building today. Of course, not skating. But on the other side of the track, you're going to have the Mob City Misfits. They're going to be wearing green today. You cannot miss them out there. They're hoping that green brings some good luck, I hope. Here we go. So we got number 000 Wolfschlager, number 03 Porter, number 10 Pandemonium, number 11 B Moy, number 14 McKillia, number 17 Turbocharged, number 18 Thompson, number 23 Afro Jamurai. Sorry, Afro Jamurai. There it is. Number 3 is Lexi, 411 Fist Fight, 42 Brutiful, number 50 is Showtime, 700 Toe Jammer, 800 Bruno Scars, 816 is Mousetrap. Well, it looks like cameras are switching over there to the track as the skaters head out there. Action about to happen. Countdown officially 5 seconds or so. So as soon as those referees are ready, we'll get some roller derby happening right here for you.
Mob City Misfits in the green, Attack Pack again in the white with purple trim.
And of course, don't forget, you have any questions, hit us up on hashtag #TalkToJRDA. Standby right here has actually been manning those feeds most of the day, right?
Yeah, trying to catch all those hashtag final scores because we know that's something that has been talked about on hashtag Derby Twitter about how we build up to, we as Roller Derby as a whole, build up to things and then show the picture of everybody smiling after the game and then, wait a minute, what was the score?
Yep, absolutely. There's been some amazing games out here today. Scores have a little bit of gap in them on this track. However, it's been neck and neck. Both teams bringing everything they can. Looks like the Attack Pack taking lead jammer on the first jam of the game.
Purple Warrior, and that's a close one, and it is 0-1.
1 point for Attack Pack right there. Purple Warrior making a big showing this week, and we're going to see a whole lot of her out here on the track. All right, Mousetrap coming out for Mob City right now.
And Olivia Glisson immediately positioned immediately behind. Oh, that's actually Mob City's choice. I saw the shift there. And on the outside, it is lead jam for Mousetrap.
Very quickly coming around turn 1. Olivia Glisson not too far behind. Enough time for Mousetrap to try to get some points before calling it off if he's smart.
I've seen Olivia Glisson skate since she was knee-high to this table we're sitting at, and has progressed quite nicely in the last 2-3 seasons as a jammer.
It's good to see her out here on the track. She's made some big moves this weekend. Mousetrap electing to get through the pack there before calling it off. Olivia Glisson, 4 points for Mousetrap, none for Olivia Glisson.
Or since the tables were knee-high to her, put it that way. All right.
There we go.
And now she's taller than both of us. So 5-4, and 4-4 jam it is. That is a wash.
Toe Jammer coming out for Mob City, and we got Purple Warrior back out there for the Attack Pack.
Purple Warrior, one of the most prolific jammers for the attack pack, and yes, we are seeing it here in jam number 3, 2 of the last 3.
The attack pack yesterday bringing a strategy where they basically just rotated 2 jammers throughout the entire bout. Now they have more players, I think, with them. They might have some on the other track. So we'll see how that strategy works out for them and how they're able to play over here in the open division.
That's right. What happened, what happened was the Duval All-Stars were playing on the female track as the attack pack game started, and both the attack pack and Duval sharing skaters and actually uniforms of similar design, if you blink there. 101, Ari Cantrell back out against the returning 17 T-Rex. Or no, 17 Turbocharge there. So I was about to say, no, that would be a scrimmage.
Turbocharge sitting in as the captain for Mob City in this game. He has not captained during the tournament since the first game of the tournament. So he's back out there wearing the C, taking lead jammer very quickly around turn 1.
Cut drawn on Ari Cantrell.
So that's going to be a power jam here from Mob City. Turbo able to do a whole lot here if he's real smart with it. He's going to keep a close eye on that penalty box. And if he's smart, he'll lock Ari Cantrell into that penalty box.
Crashes into Evil Apple, but assumed more of a side block from our vantage point. 5-point pass.
Ari Cantrell is standing up in the box. Hopefully Turbocharge is keeping an eye over there as he jumps the apex on turn 1.
Little hop over Evil Apple there, and yes, Cantrell back into play and within sight of everyone.
I don't believe she ever made that initial pass, so Turbocharge is going to take advantage and keep racking up some points. The bigger the gap early in the game, the more the attack pack has to fight later.
That said, 4-point scoring pass.
Big, big run here on this jam. 19 points already for Turbocharge.
And crash in the infield as the jam continues, and Cantrell zero there, 19 plus 3, 22, 30-5.
That is a huge jam early in this game. We're only 5 minutes into it. 25-point spread already, though. Will that continue to grow, or can an attack pack turn that around?
Well, I have in the past seen from the attack pack those big jams, and no doubt they would not be in this third-place game, nor would Mob City be if they didn't know how to turn it on when the chips were down.
Absolutely. The attack pack being from Florida, I've seen them play quite a few times over the years, and they are a force to be reckoned with.
And with much effort in the first 15 seconds, lead jam Bruno Scars.
Olivia Glisson out there trying to keep things going for the attack pack.
Has removed the star.
Will she use that as a strategy or look for that pass? Oh, we do have a penalty, though. Bruno Scars heading to the penalty box.
Power jam Glisson, but still needs to breach the pack. Oh, but she's called out as well.
She is. We will have a jammer swap over here. We're definitely going the whole 2 minutes.
High block called on Glisson.
Bruno Scars immediately released. So Olivia Glisson should not spend too much time over there in the box. He wasn't there very long.
On the scoring pass, or what I believe to be, and crash in the infield and drawn back there, yes, by 413 Slig Your Throat.
Mob City has their pivot head into the box this time.
Olivia Glisson out of the box completes the initial.
We're seeing kind of a steady rotation into that penalty box, which could start working against Mob City. We're seeing a lot of green over here. We do have,
yeah, cut track on Bruno Scars. So Glisson will skate out the remaining time, 20 seconds, and pass through for, that should be a 5-point, yes, 5-point pass. A back block on number 17, T-Rex.
That's 2 trips for Bruno Scars down there in the same jam.
And out of play call, again, an attack pack blocker, so 2 blockers in the box and 1 blocker in the box for Mob City to start off the next jam. 15 points. And 15-4 it is.
Absolutely. So as we get into day 3 of national championships right here for the JRDA, it doesn't matter how in tune and fine tuned these skaters are. Wear and tear is happening. Exhaustion starts setting in. Penalties pick up, and that's what we've been seeing all day. Penalty box has been extremely busy. I don't think those seats have gotten cold yet.
Not at all. 1, 2, 3, Purple Warrior. Lead jam attack pack, and the jammer returns to play and removes the star immediately, looking to blend in. But 101, Ari Cantrell is ready, but not to be deterred is Bruno Scars.
There's that initial pass for her. She's able to hopefully get some points, but no, Purple Warrior will call it off. Great track awareness, knowing what to do. Looks like 4 points there for Purple Warrior.
34-24, 10-point game, 22 minutes to go in the period as one blocker each in the penalty box. That is 4-1-3 Slit Your Throat and 0-3 Porter respectively.
As these games go on all day long, they are just getting more and more exciting. I was calling a house game earlier. I could not sit down for most of it.
There we go. Jam is on. And Olivia Glisson versus Mousetrap. Mousetrap does earn lead.
No traps holding that one down.
And Olivia through at about a half-lap lead, or a half-lap trailing, rather, you'll see shortly.
We see the pace of the pack really picking up there, racing around turn 3 already. Mousetrap saw that mess happening in front of him and said, you know what, I'm going to call this off, get what I can, which doesn't look like maybe anything. Oh, there's a point. 1 point for Mousetrap.
Referees conferring.
Nope, correction, 2 points.
2 points.
He did get that second point in there. Maybe it was because of the penalty box. Sometimes referees don't realize that there's still a blocker in there. They have to award that point as soon as the first point is made.
Purple Warrior versus Turbocharged. And whistle in the back. That is a direction call.
The pack seems to be going the wrong direction here. Instead of heading into turn 1, we're coming back around turn 4.
Australian rules derby and a high block call.
Matter of fact, we've had the Australian team hanging out over here on the open track all day long, cheering on all of these games. Coming up tomorrow starts World Cup right here in Feasterville. And you can find it on twitch.tv/WFTDA for free. You don't want to miss that.
Absolutely not. And we announcers are going to be in the round robin ourselves. We have our own round robin going on, which I've about finished up, and you'll see that before the day's over.
There we go. So far, Purple Warrior has been lead jammer for 3 of the 3 jams that she's been in. Great thing for the attack pack.
And Olivia Glisson versus Toe Jammer, and Toe Jammer lead jam.
The defensive strategies have been strong from these teams all weekend long, but there seems to be a little bit more holes being made for these jammers today. They're able to find that path through, not able to hold them down quite as tight as we've seen in the past.
Toe Jammer quickly calling off the jam. Right thing to do. 3 points scored, 39-26, under 20 minutes to go in the period. Again, the big championship game after this, we will take an extended intermission between games. 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 Central, 3 Pacific, the Diamond City Miners versus Des Moines.
That is going to be a fight to the finish. They both want that championship slot, that bragging rights for the rest of the season. Cannot wait to see that game.
Purple Warrior called on a cut. So a power jam forthcoming for Mousetrap, who does breach the pack. As the referee checks, it is a lead jam call. Around for the scoring pass. Modified passive offense, as one skater there, 000 Walschlager, I believe that was engaging the blocker at the time. The attack pack now with blocking issues, 2 blockers down in addition to the jammer, and through on a scoring pass, 5 points.
Mousetrap taking advantage of that small wall that he's got to fight with. Only 2 blockers to try to stop him, and he is quick on his feet. Looking for another grand slam as he slides through. He definitely aces that on turn 1.
past T-Rex.
Purple Warrior back out there on the track. She completes that initial pass. Will Mousetrap realize and call off the jam?
That time blocked and calls it, and joined by a teammate on the floor momentarily, but that will do it for this jam, and a productive jam it was. 15 points, 54-26, 17 and a half in the period.
More than doubling the score of the attack pack right now. Mob City sitting in a good, comfortable spot to start, but they do not want to stay there. Attack pack can turn that around and close that gap within a jam, maybe two if they're not careful.
Seen several times this weekend where a team has about a 2-1 ratio in the first 20 minutes, and then it goes away in the second half. Now, we'll see what happens here as Turbocharged earns lead jam over Olivia Glisson. Glisson knocked out by Lexi, and then comes back in almost at the start line again, and now through the pack on the initial. Jam is called, and a little bit of, it looked like a little hesitation, like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna call it off. Yeah, that's fair enough. 4 points scored.
A lot of thought process happening out there. And you know, if we see this game again next year, it would be a completely different situation.
Right.
As 11 of the players on the track right now age out this year. The teams will completely change.
Timeout called. Timeout by the attack pack, so good chance to regroup here and, yes, be thinking about where you will be tomorrow for World Cup on Twitch, featuring many of these skaters and many, many more who have made their way here to Feasterville, Pennsylvania, USA. Already setting up the merch on the sidelines. I'm checking that out.
A lot of good stuff out there. Our international teams, I've run into Team Canada today, Team Great Britain, Team Australia. They're in the house, enjoying the derby that's happening now, getting ready for that World Cup.
Scouting USA East and West potential players. I'm sure they know those names, and they're checking them out as they come around the pack.
Absolutely. So Mob City already, they've had lead jam today, 8 out of the 12 jams. And you're seeing that on the scoreboard as we move in to the end of this timeout right here. Mob City going to continue that trend, or maybe the attack pack will step it up, get that lead jam a little bit more.
Control lead, and you can control the game as long as you stay out of the box.
So we got Ari Cantrell back out there with Bruno Scars. We're going to see these names a whole lot, and they are putting the points up on the board, making things happen. Coming up on turn 1. And, yep, right there, Mob City able to break. Oh, no.
Nope. Cut track.
Cut track there.
So it's up to Cantrell here, who was reset in the back by B. Moy.
So close. I thought that she had it there, wasn't able to hold on to it. Ari Cantrell might be called on something. Nope, she's still okay, still fighting there. Lead jammer goes to Ari Cantrell.
And forearm call on Mob City blocker. So that's one blocker, one jammer in the box. Jammer standing.
Ari Cantrell wanting to put some points up, not letting Bruno Scars do anything. This is her chance to close the gap. Bruno Scars comes out of the penalty box. She's taken off that jammer panty. Hopefully they won't notice that she's coming in.
Cantrell with 5 points nonetheless. And we're working for that last one, staying in bounds? No, a forearm, well, stayed in bounds, but still forearm call.
Bruno Scars able to complete that initial pass. The attack pack saw her coming, but it didn't matter. She fought right through, slid through, initial pass complete.
And swing, but no, caught. And yes, illegal contact there.
So Bruno Scars completing that 5-point pass right there, putting more points up for Mob City. Ari Cantrell is standing up in the penalty box, ready to get back out there.
And I believe that was Scully in the box. Jammer standing and surveying the pack before re-entering.
That's going to be possibly an illegal re-entry right there, yes.
It was.
Definitely. She thought the pack was up in the front, but the pack was still formed and looked like more in the back. Coming into the middle, you cannot do that. It sends her right back to the penalty box.
Coach Bill had hand on head. Really, just that. Oh, yeah, you hate to see that because the skater knows better, but interpretation, of course, at this level of derby, interpretation was, well, there's the pack is here.
Yep.
I can come in here, save a few seconds.
And it looks like they're even asking the referees just to talk about it to be really sure that really was the wrong place to come in. Because if she came in the right place, that'll get her out of the box and keep a power start from happening.
Right, and we don't have indication that is an official review, but there is a stoppage, and no doubt that is what will be discussed. As I think we also have a score adjustment forthcoming. Yes, 3 more points for the attack pack, 10-8, net 2 for Mob City.
So that's exactly double the score right now for Mob City over the attack pack. The attack pack's used one of their timeouts. Still a couple left in there. No official reviews used yet. Don't forget, keep an eye on WFTDA.tv. That is a mouthful to say sometimes. But lots of stuff coming up in the roller derby world. Playoffs, international WFTDA playoffs. They start August 31st. You can get your watch pass. Those are being sold. The Continental Cups are being streamed. You want to get into that. It's all coming up. Exciting derby. The top teams in the country, in the world competing. You can watch it all right here on your computer, on your smart TV, in the comfort of your own home.
And WFTDA.tv is where it's at right now as Toe Jammer back out against Ari Cantrell. A multiplayer block called on an attack pack blocker. So that is 2 attack pack blockers, and that looked like Gracie Knoll back and to the left.
Toe Jammer out there trying to get through that pack one more time. There we go. 5 points up on the board.
3 skaters released simultaneously, including 101 Ari Cantrell, as Toe Jammer threw again. 5 points.
Beautiful showing out here from Mob City early in the game, establishing their stance really early, saying attack pack, if you want 3rd place, you're really going to earn it. Toe Jammer back through again, 4 more points. Uh-oh, we got a back block over here on Ari Cantrell. She's going back to the penalty box again.
This has to be where we're going on the 3rd jam that Ari Cantrell has been jammer of record, as Mob City Misfits and Toe Jammer already scoring 14 points on the board.
Looks like unofficially Ari is up to 4 penalties already.
Ari Cantrell, quite a physical skater, physical blocking type of jammer. We've seen some of this before, but not necessarily this many penalties this soon into the game. Toe Jammer, 19 points for Mob City.
What an amazing run that was. Looks like Turbocharge going to come back out here, but Ari Cantrell is standing up. Right now she's got the jammer panty in her hand. Oh, she is electing to put it back on her helmet right there. Lead jammer is up for grabs. She's eligible. She can get out. Nope, not anymore.
Turbocharged. And Ari Cantrell now reaching the pack you see on the screen.
Great roller derby action right here in game 4 of the day for the open track. Every team being able to play one more game today.
Big block, an effective block, and continuing to be engaged with T-Rex as we have a star. Yeah, star was handed off to Purple Warrior. However, again, nothing to show for that as jam is called, 4 points. 11 minutes to go when we pick up again as fist bump there with Olivia Glisson and the jammer 8-1-6 for Mob City. That is Mousetrap.
This late, this high up in the championships, it's odd to see that that was actually the first star pass of our bout here. That strategy has not been intricate yet, but we might see it more often. Oh, here we go. Mob City on their way. High block there.
And first power jam in quite a while. Olivia Glisson with lead also to control the jam. And look at that offense being run, led by the pivot in the back there. Good work by the attack pack. But now passive, there we go, passive to a point as Glisson with 5 points.
You see her coming into that pack controlled, watching to make sure that every hit that she has is legal.
More offense being run as Mousetrap is standing. And 5 more for the attack pack.
Nice and easy through the pack that time as Mousetrap escapes the penalty box. He's going to get back out there and go for his initial pass, I believe.
And 4 blockers, a full complement of skaters on the track per team. Strictly defensive derby being played right now. And recycling up front, sent back.
Mousetrap trying to use that slyness, holding that panty in his hand.
Glisson found an opening, and direction called on the pivot number 14, McKillia. And also, that is 108 Childs sent to the box. 1 blocker each per team. Ghost blocker on a Des Moines skater warming up at the periphery.
Some of the things that you don't get to see on camera, we get to enjoy here. We'd love to tell you about them and wish you could see them.
As long as Ghost Blocker stays off the track. We don't need this in the 3rd place game. 15 plus. There we go. 19 points, net 15 for the attack pack. We as a whole, not we representing anyone except all the viewers watching at home.
Yeah, absolutely. So moving in, we got Purple Warrior coming out onto the track, going to face off with Fist Fight. We hope that sticks to just the name. No fist fights on the track today. Purple Warrior won't put up with it.
Yeah, new matchup here. And again, strictly defense off the line. And a little more mixed up that time. Lead jam again. And that goes to Purple Warrior.
Purple Warrior there. That last jam was the highest scoring jam for the attack pack at 19 points. Let's see if Purple Warrior, ooh, what?
Emily Childs returned to play and immediately set upon by a blocker. Penalty box is clear and 1 point scored.
A little surprising there. I'm sure y'all saw that. When everybody looks okay. She's right back up on her skates, not doing anything. Gameplay will continue on. It gets more physical. You get a little bit more tired. Things could happen today, but so far it has been a great day. I'm going to knock right there for that. It has been a beautiful day. Great derby.
Yes, it has. And a timeout by the Mob City Misfits. Their first timeout of the period.
Well, I'm just kind of speechless for the moment. I'm just in awe of these skaters out here. I've been watching them all day.
Hey, that's fine. That's fine.
We've been out here all weekend watching these skaters and what they can do. They just continue to amaze me. Day 3 into this, every one of these teams, it's been a great thing out here.
And thank you for everyone joining us on social media and joining us all weekend long. And again, lots to come, especially, well, on the other track, don't turn away right now, but Foco Spartans versus the Rose City Rollers Rosebuds, and that on the female track, that the 3rd place game over there. Championship game on this side, yes, the Diamond City Miners versus Des Moines. That will be at 6 Eastern, 5 Central, 3 Pacific time, right here on WFTDA.tv.
So back here on our track, Mob City has actually had 9 of, looks like 16 of the lead jams so far. That's almost half. It's almost split, pretty close down the middle. But the score is not reflecting lead jam anymore.
Could be telling. And we will find out with you as lead jam it is for Purple Warrior.
Bruno Scars trying to make something happen as they come up to turn number 1. Purple Warrior on that scoring pass.
Spins and spins again.
Beautiful work there for 5 points. None of those points from the penalty box. That's just 5 hard-earned points.
And no Jamstrella style points on that. However, a quick and dirty 5-point pass, that one.
There we go, Mob City breaking free right there. Bruno Scars with her initial pass. And was she able to get some? No. There was points up there for Purple Warrior. 13 total on that jam. That's still not bad. That'll close that gap a little bit, making it 95 to 67. Mob City right now. Woo! Purple Warrior is on fire. She's had a 100% lead jammer percentage so far this bout.
Wow. 63, Knoll, Gracie Knoll to her friends and family. You can call her Knoll against Turbocharged.
Coming around turn 2, no lead jammer identified yet until now. Turbocharged taking lead jammer for Mob City.
First one in a couple. And as Logan Childs mentioned in a previous game, you control the lead jam call and you control the game.
Absolutely able to call off that jam whenever you choose. Mob City picking up 4 points that time, extending that lead. About to break the century mark.
And there is a skater down for the attack pack, so we'll take a pause.
We always keep a great medical staff out here. We always thank them from the bottoms of our heart. They've been on standby all weekend long. They'll be here throughout the World Cup, doing a great job. Them along with our official staff, our referees in today's game, actually. We have Alan Your Grill, Scrim Reaper, Doesn't Matter, Lobocop, Wes Slamderson, Guinness, and Nelly Flyby.
Looks like Slamderson to me. The officials, TBD, Mama Panda, Guacamole, D. Baggins, Obi-Wan Kanape, yeah, Mr. Surguy. Hey, sight reading, Toxic Narcotic, and Hannah. And yes, thank you to all the referees and officials who traveled from wherever they came to join us here and provide their expertise. And I've said it before, I'll say it again, I do not envy them one bit. I'm just fine sitting here and doing Derby media all these years. Not once did I ever say, I want to take charge of a game like this.
We'll sit here and talk about what we think we see and what we think they see, and that's good enough for me.
And yeah, if we could give them any more bottles of water and granola bars and cookies and high fives, because that's really all you get when you get satisfaction, but that's otherwise what you get for being a referee.
I laughed about it. So we actually have a room set up for the referees, the officials, to go in, grab some snacks, try to keep them fed. There is literally a box of bananas in there. We are feeding our referees. We're paying them in bananas. So my producer just let me know, and she apologizes for the mistake. Purple Warrior is actually only at a 72%.
Oh, only 72%?
Only 72. Nothing to, shake your head at, but wow, yeah, only 72. 5 out of 7, she's been lead jammer. Still, that is amazing stats going into a third-place game right here, JRDA Championships.
And that appears to be Ari Cantrell, who is sitting up. But aside from that, we won't provide play-by-play, but you did hear the round of applause in the background. Championship game again, 6 Eastern, 5 Central, 3 Pacific. The Diamond City Miners versus Des Moines. And we have seen both of these teams all weekend long and seen them in championship tournaments past. Most specifically, when Open Division comes to mind, you think of these teams. Diamond City, of course, Des Moines, Tampa, as we saw earlier, Attack Pack making their presence felt. The California Mayhem, and Quad City, rebuilding as they are in their battle for 9th and 10th place to match the seeding in which they came. Ari Cantrell is upright and skating off the track, a little assistance there, and hope that everything is fine, but will likely well, was the jam called on her behalf?
Yes,
it was. So she will sit out the next 3 jams. Most likely will take that into halftime, and referees now discussing things during this timeout, and we'll be back to action as soon as possible.
If you haven't done it yet, don't forget to follow the JRDA on Twitter. You can follow us at JRDA_rocks. Standby is right here with the feed up. If you have questions, hashtag #TalkToJRDA. He'll be answering your questions right there on the Twitter feed. Send your comments, send your questions, anything you got. We'd love to even talk about some of that. If it really applies, if it hits us, we'll bring it in.
And some positive feedback about when the announcers do talk about foul outs and penalty trouble, since it is a little difficult for viewers and fans to know all this information. They're not sitting there with pen and paper in hand watching Derby unless they're really, really, really into what they're seeing. So we're glad to do that for you. And also for executive producer Al B, our head announcer, I was trying to get his attention because JRDA doing a cool thing with skaters announcing games. That is another bit of feedback, and yes, it is.
And it has been great. We've had an announcer clinic for the juniors to be a part of. They've gotten out here on the microphone, here on the broadcast feeds.
Tool Time really spearheading that effort, and kudos to him. He'll hear that later. Olivia Glisson, lead jam over 816 Mousetrap, and Olivia calling it off just in time.
Absolutely. Both jammers making it through the pack on that initial, knowing that she needs to hit it and quit it, as we like to say. Couple points up on the board, 2 of them to be precise.
Good pay. I believe that's a comment toward the referee comment. Thank you, Marie. 700 toe jammer against 123 Purple Warrior.
To all of y'all out there watching us on WFTDA.TV, thank you so much for being a part of the Derby community, supporting junior roller derby specifically. We've talked about it a couple times here over the weekend. Junior roller derby is not the future of roller derby. It is the now. This is roller derby,
guys. This is the present. And with the present, toe jammer called on a penalty, likely in that pileup, and Olivia Glisson called on a cut. So jammer switch places.
Going to whole 2 minutes here, and there's still a minute and a half in this jam. It's a lot of jam time to go. Both jammers, Olivia Glisson, or Purple Warrior, will be right back out there here in just a moment.
Yeah, that is Purple Warrior. And toe jammer through the pack, Purple Warrior back in play.
Purple Warrior still looking for that initial pass as she comes through. Toe jammer putting points up on the board already.
High block called. And that will go against,
I think that was I think that's Scully over there.
That is Scully.
Purple Warrior coming back up to the pack right here, trying to make something happen. The pack comes back around turn 2 again. Still 30 seconds left in the jam. A lot can still happen. The pack is staying extremely tight here, not providing much room for jammers to get through. But Purple Warrior to
Nelly, a whip. Been a while since I've seen that. Thank you, B. Moy.
And that was enough to throw toe jammer up in front of Purple Warrior. Purple Warrior moving a little slow on the track right now.
Don't know if it's in fear of penalties or surveying the pack or anything physical, but points scored and cut. Cut on Purple Warrior right at the end of the jam.
She almost looks like maybe something's actually hurting her physically, though. She doesn't look quite like she's acting right to me.
Right, not just dejection, but Okay, we got an official review being called by Coach Bill and Logan Childs explaining what he thought he saw on that. I believe that's an official review. I saw this. Yes, it is.
Yep, definitely. We got an official review going to happen here. The Attack Pack asking for that. Anything our producer will run and find something out for us here, we'll report back to you. Maybe we can find out something about Purple Warrior down there.
Attack Pack farther from the penalty box, and on this side of the track, or on this side of the venue, the track a little closer to the boards, so you don't always have the coaches outside moving about as much. There is I believe that purple line there to delineate the boundary, but I'm sure they'll find out as soon as possible. And JRDA, with any issues the juniors have, there is some leeway. Referee already checking on her, so there you go.
Yeah, it's definitely happened. The blocker for Mob City was removed from the box, so something has changed there. Looks like a lot of different changing pieces happening right here, whatever's going on.
Alan, your grill, communicating to the medical staff to come into the box. They are allowed to come into the penalty box, and nobody else that is not actively in gameplay. I saw that in an adult game, and from a distance, we were all saying, "Who is that? There's not coaching in the box." Oh no, that's a medic.
No, definitely.
They weren't wearing a medic's uniform, so it could have been another coach. But
our medical staff wearing a very good, clear, signifying T-shirt out here this weekend. That's good to know. So we had a player earlier today, a little bit of soreness in her back. We were able to identify those medics to get her checked out very quickly. She's in great shape right now, by the way. So thank you so much to our medics.
And yes, to the event staff in the yellow shirts who have been maintaining the track so meticulously that they've almost gone unnoticed. Thank you also to the event staff right here for the JRDA, who have been helping out all weekend long. Some of the unsung heroes of this event, as thousands of people in and out of this building, and keeping it all coordinated, of course, them and a lot of this behind-the-scenes staff, the people behind the streaming that we've been having all weekend, and they're not looking while I'm saying that, but they'll hear it later. I can appreciate that, having done a roller derby television show in the past. That it's a demanding sport to follow, and it's thanks to everyone who are involved in this production to bring it to you in a visible way, in an understandable way.
Absolutely. So many moving pieces out here. It's amazing the way the community of roller derby comes together. Junior roller derby especially. We got parents involved, grandparents involved.
Yeah.
Driving. We've had teams that flew here from California, drove here from Florida, whatever the case may be. Everybody coming together to make this happen. And it has been a very smooth weekend. Our events directors have been on top of things for months now, getting this all in place.
Oh, yeah.
It just blows me away. This is my first national championships to be at, and I'm just amazed at what I've seen this weekend. I cannot wait to be back next year.
Yeah, it's that rush, that feeling, and then the disappointment that it's over, but looking forward to next year as we look forward to the games continuing here shortly. But yeah, it's awesome that the whole roller derby revival, the DIY kind of mindset, and that has led to another generation or two of volunteers and people coming about, everyone with their areas of expertise, thankfully.
The growth looks like things are getting sorted out on the track. You see that action here has returned on your screens. Referees are getting in place, and there's the whistle to get us going again. Producer's coming back up. She'll let us know what just happened down there.
Turbocharged with lead jam, we can tell you that.
Purple Warrior is in the penalty box. Medic has left, so she's got to be doing okay. She checked out.
And oh! I applaud the attempt there on number 20, Scully, but was bounced off of. And Scully going to the penalty box.
Turbocharge there with some great footwork. Little quick hop there on turn 4. He's able to put these points up and up and up. That's 10 points already this jam. Going to try to keep things going. Purple Warrior is back on the track. Needs that initial pass to be able to put a stop to Turbocharged. That was Turbocharge actually turn around and put a stop on Purple Warrior himself, but it's going to end up with him going to the penalty box.
Illegal contact there.
Change of pace right now, so less than a minute. We're going the entire jam. Purple Warrior out there. It's her track, and she's got 5 points of her own.
5 points, looking to match the 14 scored previously.
Turbocharge back up on his feet. He's still got time to get back on the track and score some more points.
And following this jam, we will find out about the official review from Deathnella.
5 points going up for the attack pack right there. Turbocharge coming around, 4 points for him. 18-10 jam so far. 15 seconds still to go. More points to go up. Purple Warrior fighting through the front. Turbocharge back in the back. Both jammers making things happen in this jam. Oh, forearm called. Maybe a couple forearms were called there, actually, yeah.
Oh, Purple Warrior, yes, headed to the penalty box. One blocker in the box that namely is Lexi for Mob City.
So we'll flash back a little bit. We had that official review, things happening on the track. What happened out there?
All right, guys, so just to get you up to speed there, the attack pack was looking for a track cut that happened on turn 3. They were asking to remove the penalty, claiming that Purple Warrior did in fact step behind appropriately. However, the call stood. That's why we still saw her in the box getting out. Now, Purple Warrior was assessed by a medic while waiting in the box. Wasn't released, so it seems to be okay. And now we're going into this next, or the half rather.
Halftime, there it is.
Thank you, Deathnella. And there we see the story. Mob City Misfits 129, Attack Pack 82, 22-13 on that last jam.
A lot of stuff happening.
Yep.
Third place game, as you know, here we are. We're at halftime. So in about 9 minutes, make sure you're back in your seats, ready. A lot more action still to happen. I'm excited about where this is going to go.
Oh, yeah. Third place game here, then the championship with Des Moines and Diamond City, 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 Central, 3 Pacific on WFTDA.tv. WFTDA.tv programming note at 6 p.m. Yes, as we mentioned, the Diamond City Miners versus Des Moines, 6 Eastern, 5 Central, 3 Pacific. That game will be played on the female track. This track is shutting down after this game. The championship games will not be played concurrently. So we will have that game at 6, and then at 8 Central, or 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, we will have the Santa Cruz versus Seattle championship game on the same track. So we have the Open Division finals first, and then at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, the Santa Cruz-Seattle championship game, and both of those will be on the female track.
That's good to know. That means there's no reason for you to change channels. One channel, you're ready. You get both championship games.
Right. No competition. If you have favorites, wherever you have favorites, you get to see both championship games, and I think that's an awesome upgrade for us right here at WFTDA.tv, and for the fans joining us right here in Feasterville at the Sportsplex. You get to see both. You don't have to pick. You don't have to sit in the snack bar and
absolutely
do this.
So here we go. Back to this track, though. Track number 2, Open Division. Mob City sitting at 129 right now. The Attack Pack, 82 points. A lot has happened in the first half. Penalty box has been pretty busy. The Attack Pack has 25 penalties total, with Ari Cantrell sitting currently at 5 penalties, Scully with 5 penalties. Purple Warrior and T-Rex both at 4 penalties. So we're going to keep an eye on them because if they foul out, that could change the game. However, on the other side, Mob City Misfits, 16 penalties total, nobody with more than 3.
There's that rolling whistle. Again, 22-13 in the previous jam in favor of Mob City.
In the first half of the game, Turbocharged for Mob City actually had the 2 highest scoring jams of the entire half, both times with 22 points. That's the highest jams we saw. Mob City once again taking lead jammer.
And yes, it is. Fist fights. And on a scoring pass, rather quickly too, not stopped too terribly much, 5 points. And Jammer returning to play along with a blocker for Mob City.
First half of this game, Mob City led with 11 jams.
Ooh, stays in bounds, as do both. Ooh. Jammer's free, but it is Mob City Jammer scoring 10 points total.
Very, very nice for Mob City right there. 11 jam leads in the first half, only lost it twice. There's another one for them adding on to it. Tampa with only 8 jams, but they only lost it 1 time.
Olivia Glisson and Turbocharged. They were speaking a minute ago on the line.
Yep, the sportsmanship, camaraderie out here between teams, even in the midst of battle. Shaking hands, hugging it out. We've seen all of it out there on the track.
And Olivia Glisson lead jam attack pack.
Maybe that's a strategy. Olivia Glisson shakes his hand, little fist bump there, whistle blows, see you later.
Good competition. And good block there, but Glisson stays upright and able to call off the jam.
Turbocharged not able to get back up there for any points. 4 points. Let's see, wait. 3 points, there it is. 3 points for the attack pack. Always keep in mind, nothing that we say is official.
And I, again, do not want to switch places with any of those fine people downstairs.
Absolutely not. I've sat on the NSO side of it a few times. It's hard work. And then the referees out there, the skaters already have a hard enough skate test and rule test. The referee test that they have to compete with is even harder. Hats off every time.
Purple Warrior lead jammer over Mousetrap, who gets blocked by Ari Cantrell.
Wipes out there on turn 2, taken all the way to the back, while Purple Warrior slides through for 5 easy points.
This is the kind of work that Attack Pack needs if they want to build, and great block there by number 17, T-Rex.
T-Rex pushing her penalty count just a little bit, but a nice clean hit, sliding Mousetrap all the way off the track right there.
Following Mousetrap all the way through the pack, too.
Beautiful active jam right there. 4 more points put up. Oh, 5 more points put up by Purple Warrior. 10-point jam for the attack pack. 139-95.
62, Olivia Glisson back out against 700 Toe Jammer.
First half of this game, jammer penalties were a big thing. Looks like 5 jammer penalties for Mob City, 8 of them for the attack pack. We have not seen any of them yet in the second half, but it's still early.
Glisson blocked out by fist fight.
Showtime in the penalty box for Mob City, standing up, being released now. That'll even the walls back out on the floor.
And through on the initial pass again, Olivia Glisson, but undeterred is Toe Jammer. About 7-foot gap between the two. You see it now.
Olivia Glisson going to try to pick up the points. She gets, I think, a couple there, 2 of them. 2 points, called it off, stopped Mob City from picking up anything else.
Going for it when the jammer is that close. But yes, 2 points scored nonetheless.
She knew the distance that she had. She executed. Beautiful showing out there. Purple Warrior coming back onto the track. Turbocharged going to face off with her.
Penalty box is clear. All blockers ready.
And blockers hitting real quick right there on turn 1, taking Purple Warrior to the back. Turbocharged looking.
Ooh.
Takes lead jammer right after turn number 2.
And well thought, and right, that is a no earned pass as number 23 just jumping over the pack, Afro Jamurai, to regain position.
Purple Warrior getting knocked around like a bumper car there in the middle of the pack. She got to the point she just had to stand still and wait for something to clear up for her.
Yeah, Lexi in the penalty box for Mob City as coach having a word with a referee, and let's see, clock running. 4 points scored by Mob City, as you said.
Two highly aggressive, competitive teams out here bringing everything they got for this third place slot. A lot of bragging rights go after this game all the way through the next season.
Olivia Glisson effectively blocked on the line by Mousetrap.
A lot of strategy right there. Those jammers neck and neck right behind each other. But Mousetrap springs out at the whistle, hits that outside lane, but hits a wall.
And Cantrell attempting to draw a track cut, but it is Glisson up front with lead.
Mousetrap still having trouble with the pack as they clear turn 2. That wall is just holding them in place, rotating right in front of him. Beautiful strategy, beautiful execution by the wall of the attack pack.
Jam called Glisson slow to recover.
They will call out the medical staff to go ahead and check on her real quick.
Coach Bill is already there. And referees between her and the fans also.
So far, Olivia Glisson has been 3 for 3 on lead jams for this half. Great stats going into it. We want to keep things going, but safety first before anything else.
And she's up.
She's back on her feet before the medical staff could get out there. Guarantee, though, they'll still take a look at her once she gets back to the bench.
Okay, she's on camera now, favoring her knee. HIPAA and all that, I don't want to comment unless it's actually on camera. But, yeah, we saw how she went down at the end of the jam.
Always rest assured, no matter what you cannot see on the cameras, the staff and the crew that are here have the safety and the care of these skaters at the top of their priority list. I've seen it before, entire tournaments called off just because things get too rough and safety goes out the window and they say no more derby, safety first.
Yeah, it's a physical game. It's a contact sport. It's co-ed. It's or open, as is the case. But it is a game, and these are minors.
Here we go. Next jam is about ready to start. Whistle should get us going. Noel, toe jammer, out there as our jammers.
And toe jammer with lead jam. Noel is sent out Walschlager one-on-one. And pushing. That is the second jam for Noel in this game. First one in this period. As toe jammer through and scoring. And one blocker out. That is Slit Your Throat for the attack pack. As Ari Cantrell has the star now.
Ari Cantrell taking that star pass for the attack pack. Not able to do anything with it, though, other than at least force the jam to be called off. No points, more points scored by Mob City.
9 points scored, 152-97. So the gap opening again, though 2/3 almost 2/3 of the way into the game.
The attack pack is scoreless for 3 of the last jams, and only 2 points in the jam before that. Very few points scored this entire half by the attack pack, actually.
The outgoing 330 Buckeye Brawler called in for the attack pack, as the attack pack now with a timeout.
Don't forget, coming up later, like we were talking about before, 2 championship games. 2 games left of the day after this, after the female finishes up theirs. 2, first place to be decided in both divisions, and you can catch both of those games, but not at the same time. One at a time. You get to enjoy all the Derby action. You definitely get your money's worth on JRDA champs this year.
Hashtag all the Derby.
There we go.
And all the Derby merch that will be on sale soon, and all the ones coming for World Cup. Great Britain shirts. On order or on standby. They will be here in time for the tournament, I'm told.
Outstanding. Matter of fact, if you're sitting at home, don't forget to visit juniorrollerderby.org, I believe it is, and check out the store on there. There's lots of merchandise that you can get to help support these juniors and future tournaments, things happening. It takes a lot of volunteers and a lot of donations happening to keep this happening.
And we thank you for your support. Purple Warrior versus B. Moy. B. Moy jamming for the first time.
Purple Warrior with a strong showing so far. Been out there quite a bit. Back out there again.
B. Moy with lead jam.
Coming out strong after picking up lead jam like that. I'm sure we'll see more of her with a star panty.
Slit Your Throats out of the box, but number 14. Oh, and a track cut, meanwhile, on Purple Warrior, and joined also by the pivot from Mob City. Mob City with 2 blockers in the box, and joined by the Jammer.
Purple Warrior being released from the box as B. Moy comes in on a penalty. I didn't catch what it was, but Jammer swap. We're going 2 whole minutes.
Minute 14 to go in the jam, and that completes the initial pass for Purple Warrior.
Mob City with only 2 blockers on the track right now makes an easier pass for Purple Warrior to get through. B. Moy back out there, though. Points going up, hopefully. We'll see what happens.
And through the pack.
4 points up for Purple Warrior. B. Moy still struggling around turn 1 over here, though, getting knocked back to the back.
Ooh, jammer engagement. And B. Moy rolls back, and that will be to the detriment of the attack pack, who cannot lose time on the board to score. You know what I'm trying to say. This eating up the clock, this is a positive effect on B. Moy and Mob City.
All right, there you saw it. Ari Cantrell came into B. Moy to put a stop to her, but in turn, B. Moy hit Purple Warrior off the track. So Ari Cantrell is essentially knocking her own jammer off.
And Jammer's back engaged. Coach Bill, after quite a bit, said, come on.
Those jammers cannot get much closer right there, running the clock all the way down after the 2 minutes. 4 points scored for Mob City.
Effective clock kill, and that jam is a wash.
156 to 101.
2 minutes of roller derby and effectively nothing to show for it as far as the attack pack is concerned. So it worked out actually in Mob City's favor because those 2 minutes were spent. T-Rex.
It's the first time that we've seen T-Rex with the jammer panty on.
Meanwhile, the green jammer is Fist Fight, and Fist Fight earns lead. Jammer engagement once again.
But it was like there she goes.
Yeah, it was a low block on that jammer engagement. In addition, Slit Your Throat headed to the box.
T-Rex is going to sit down in the box. Now, she already had 4 penalties at the half. I believe that pushes her to 5, maybe more that we haven't seen.
5 points scored by Fist Fight, and another track cut.
Oh, track cut. That will not end the jam. She thought she could call it off. The jam will continue. Fist Fight has to get to the box. and T-Rex will come back out.
T-Rex already standing, and T-Rex has been released. And a little delay there as Lydia Throat already released. Just wanted to make sure, hey, you were talking to me, right? Yes, I was.
Those rules are very specific. She cannot leave that box until the other jammer hits the seat. Leave too early, you're right back in there.
Ooh.
Very smart move on the jammer's part.
And on to her Cossacks goes the pivot, number 120, Evil Apple.
Walls coming together. Looks like we might have a star pass, or, well, we're just going to hold on to it.
A track cut. A track cut it was. And a star mess, perhaps, as holding the star as she slowly and disappointingly goes to the box.
Fist fight back out onto the track, able to pick up 5 points coming out of the penalty box, while T-Rex has to still sit the rest of this penalty.
Disappointment on the countenance of T-Rex, not disappointing in the effective commentary. 10 points scored. And she has fouled out, so will be replaced by 1-2-3 Purple Warrior as T-Rex. That was the reaction we saw, that this is 7. We're done.
And that explains the slow movement to the box.
Right.
Typically, you get a penalty, you get there as quick as possible, but Purple Warrior will take her place in there and jam for the attack pack.
Back to live action, 166-101, Toe Jammer versus Purple Warrior, and Toe Jammer, whoa, blocked out. And 101, Ari Cantrell looking for a cut, but no, was already passed. However, taking the fall is number 20, Scully.
Purple Warrior back out onto the track, completes that initial pass, but she has to be careful, sitting at 5 penalties unofficially already.
A highly penalized group of skaters, as we had earlier on this track. 4-2, net 2 for Mob City.
We're at a 67-point difference here with only 16 minutes for the attack pack to bridge that gap. But they have to put a stop to Mob City, because everything they're making happen, Mob City's got an answer for.
And yes, gap-wise, you watch the clock ticking away. Time is of the essence here as 63 Noel jams against Bruno Scars.
Pack starting out slow and tight right here, coming around turn 1.
And lead jam Bruno Scars for Mob City.
Scully standing up in the penalty box for the attack pack, ready to get back out there as a pivot.
Whistles and a high block called on Bruno Scars.
That will take away our lead jammer status. Noel has a full 30 seconds to try to make something happen out here.
And another high block, and that going on a Mob City blocker. And the blocker, 000 Wolschlager.
We have a player down. She got tripped up, and they will stop the clock in order to check on her.
I missed the impact, but yes, skater down in turn number 4.
We do have a coach out there checking on things.
Right, Coach Bill on the spot, and medical staff coming in once again. Thank you to them. There are 2 medics. Someone asked earlier on Twitter, there are 2 medics per game, and by rule, and I've seen this in the past, by rule, unless you have the medics available, if they are indisposed with an injured skater, then the game cannot continue until the medics are free to watch the game.
Absolutely.
In case there's another injury.
Even if they remove the skater from the track, if the medic is still involved, all play will stop until they can watch and make sure they see whatever happens out there.
Right, and it's safety of the utmost importance, as it is in all of roller derby, but especially with the juniors here. So 14:48 on the clock as we stand. 2 points were scored in that jam for Mob City, 172-103. And again, the championship games, no overlap here, as we have at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 Central, 3 Pacific, Des Moines versus the Diamond City Miners, that will take place on the female track, as this track is shutting down momentarily. You'll see that game at 6 p.m. And then at 8 p.m., the big one there with Santa Cruz and Seattle. And that will be 8 Eastern and 5 Pacific on WFTDA.tv. Both of those will be played on the female track.
We see a little bit of this exhaustion starting to set in on these players,
right.
Thus leading to the penalties that we're seeing. We're seeing a little bit more injuries, maybe taking a little bit more time to check on things. The attack pack, we're seeing it a lot there, but keep in mind, they have 4 of their skaters that have been skating on the other track.
Right.
So they have been skating double the time that anybody else out here has.
And we've seen that also with a couple of other teams, maybe not quite to the same magnitude, but we have seen it this weekend as you are allowed to skate on an open team and you are allowed to skate on a female team at the same time. Now, in a tournament situation, yes, there could be a scheduling conflict where you have to pick sides, and coaches no doubt have already discussed that. Also, last night what we saw with the Duval All-Stars, when they were done, by that time the attack pack game had started, was in an extended injury timeout, but still those skaters who were to join the attack pack who had already played for Duval had to wait until halftime to enter the game. You can't just skate on and join the pack and start blocking. You have to
If you are not there for the equipment check, you are not allowed to step into that game.
Right.
So at halftime, that new equipment check. But yeah, they did. They came directly from the other track, and within 15 minutes or so, they're over here skating. They know about it ahead of time. They elect if they want to go ahead and play that way. And these skaters did. They said, I want it. I want roller derby. I want to be a part of it. And they're bringing it. They're out here showing everything they got. It's exciting to see. And it's barely slowing them down, really.
And hey, you want to talk about endurance and the endurance of all these skaters and junior roller derby for the most part. The first regional tournament that was held in DeLand, Florida, the championship game was played for 40 minutes. Woo. That it was just a 40-minute game because those skaters had already skated before that day, and there was a question: would a 1-hour game be too much on top of all the qualifying rounds and everything else that weekend? So, to be safe, the determination was made before the game started that they would play 2 20-minute halves, and we've kind of progressed from there as more conditioning, more training. Also, overall, the all-star age of the junior skaters has aged along with the progression of the sport. That's why you're seeing some of the larger skaters, some of the older skaters, versus seeing a lot of 8, 9, 10-year-olds necessarily dominating the all-star teams.
So that skater has left the track, sitting back on the bench right now. We are back to gameplay right now as Purple Warrior takes the lead jam status. Bruno Scars still in the penalty box.
As Purple Warrior through the pack and scores much-needed points.
We're under 15 minutes left in this half. That's going to end our bout here in 14 minutes, 20 seconds.
Purple Warrior through on the inside. And a low block called. And the low block call was actually on Bruno Scars. Yes. Thank you for that clarification.
That's going to send Bruno right back to the penalty box. That's not a good place for her to be, but the attack pack, Purple Warrior with the advantage, the opportunity to keep putting points up. 10 points already, working on 15. There's 15.
Wow, and that's got to be close to a record here for the attack pack in the first half or the second, for that matter. And direction of gameplay called on a blocker. I believe that was blocker number 3, Lexi.
Bruno Scars back up on her feet, ready to get back on the track. Going to come into the track right next to Purple Warrior and race her back to the pack.
And through on the initial pass is the B. Moy, who had the stripe, but jam is over. 23 big points for the attack pack.
That's huge for the attack pack. That's exactly what they needed late in this game. If they can continue that momentum, it'll make a huge difference for us. That was the first time. Had 19 points first for the attack pack. Olivia Glisson with 19 points first. But now You see it again. So we're getting some high points happening here and there.
Thank you, Deathnella. Yes.
Yeah.
Mousetrap meets Scully. Scully through first with lead jam, or excuse me, Mousetrap as Scully, as I was saying, headed to the penalty box. Happened simultaneously with that lead jam call as Mousetrap looking to negate some of those points already scored, sent out of bounds, and goes back behind all the attack pack blockers. More action in the pack and a high block called on Mousetrap.
Ooh, jammer swap going to happen right here. Scully's still in there. She was still sitting, so Mousetrap won't be there too long. Oh, the jam was called. Scully is actually fouled out, it looks like. So
Jam is dead in that case, and someone new will have to come in and sit the remaining time, and that will be 1-2-3 Purple Warrior.
So Purple Warrior will get released pretty quickly. As soon as the whistle blows, she'll leave. That's one of the nice new rules that came in, I believe, last year. It used to be if two jammers sat in the box and it was the situation where they had to be there, the jam would just go. You'd have 30 seconds that skaters are just standing on the track.
I don't miss that at all.
But now that's gone away. If both jammers got to be in there.
Lead jam, Purple Warrior.
There we go. Mousetrap up on his feet, ready to go.
Mousetrap sprung from the penalty box. And you'll see back into place shortly for the initial pass.
Purple Warrior knocked to the ground, had to slide to the inside of the track, recycled to the back. Purple Warrior is the lead jammer here. She's got control. Mousetrap making that initial pass. Purple Warrior calling it off, but not before she got, I believe, 3 points.
3 points, yes, 3 points. There we go, 176, 129. And again, the progression of Junior Derby, I will never forget the first time that I actually had to mention that a junior skater had fouled out to the live audience, and I couched it so carefully. So-and-so has now reached the maximum number of penalties in the game, so she will join her parents in the audience to watch the rest of the game. It was totally unnecessary. Fist fight versus Kaposi. Yeah, afterwards they said, just say she fouled out.
There you go.
She deserved it.
A little bit of extra sensitivity in the junior derby world, whether it's an expulsion, a foul out, whatever it is. That skater has a parent, and we know how parents get when they're looking out for their kids.
Sure. Says the childless one here. 3:30 Buckeye Brawler in the penalty box.
Kaposi, fist fight out there on the track. Fist fight, lead jammer. 5 points up on the board for fist fight. It looks like we got a star pass.
And indeed we do. 120, Evil Apple, the captain.
Four points put up on the board, Mob City that time. 9-point run, extending that lead back out again. Every time the attack pack is able to close it a little bit, Mob City branches it back out.
Exhaustion perhaps starting to set in. The skaters are not quite as jubilant and upbeat as they leave the track. It's more like a
Definitely. But 3 days of roller derby. They've all played 4 bouts or so. Both of these teams here having a win, a couple wins, losses, all of this put us here.
Big crash, and happy to say that everyone is okay after that. However, Toe Jammer called on a high block. Or forearm, excuse me.
Forearm, yep. Purple Warrior, lead jammer. Toe Jammer is going to be sitting in that box. Power jam right here, Purple Warrior. These power jam opportunities is what the attack pack is using to try to close the gap.
3 blockers and just maintaining the inside, not even trying to go around, just maintain that inside. And there's the score. Purple Warrior, 10 total.
Toe Jammer released from the penalty box. She's going to come back around, get to the back of the pack. Going to try to make something happen, put a stop to Purple Warrior, who's making things happen. 10 points already.
And Toe Jammer immediately set upon by a full complement of attack pack blockers. And likewise up front with Purple Warrior and the Mob City Misfits.
There's those nice strong walls we see coming together. Oh, we got a multiplayer block called. Lexi going to the penalty box for Mob City.
And Ghost Blocker on the pivot, attempting to negate the drawback.
Oh.
And just said, okay, excuse me.
They made just a little hole right there on the inside. Purple Warrior saw it and took it.
20 seconds to go in the jam, 15 points scored.
Toe Jammer still out there. Don't see her get into the back of that pack as quickly anymore as she gets recycled. We get to the end of this 2 minutes.
And Toe Jammer has passed the star, officially passed the star to the pivot, number 11, B. Moy. However, the jam ends. And the key here, not only the points scored, but the fact that they are unanswered points, 19-0, 185, 148, 652 and counting. The winner of this game will leave with the third place medals right here in the open division of the JRDA Championship.
You see the exhaustion setting in. Purple Warrior already jamming, I believe, 7 times in this half alone. It's just been constant, nonstop for these jammers. They are getting tired.
And Mousetrap versus Ari Cantrell. Mousetrap in the back, and that is Evil Apple running defense and one-on-one style defense. A little bit of offense being played there by 18 Thompson, and lead jam nonetheless for Cantrell.
Penalty box is empty right now. Ari Cantrell hopefully able to capitalize on this opportunity. Getting swept to the inside of the track, though. Recycled back around turn 2. Quick little hop there by Mousetrap as he completes that initial pass. Ari Cantrell needs to be aware of that. Don't let Mousetrap come up and get those points.
Yeah, 45 seconds gone, and jam is called. However, 17 turbocharged will be in the penalty box and serving as the pivot. Other than that, the box is clear. 5.5 minutes to go in the game, 185-150 in favor of the Mob City Misfits. Everett Washington.
Purple Warrior back out there with fist fight.
Excuse me, yes, Everett Washington, correct. That's I'll say something and then I'll confirm it later. Fist fight versus Purple Warrior. Let's go back to that announcing clinic we were just having.
There we go. Purple Warrior picking up lead jammer once again, coming around turn number 1. The fist fight right on her tail, only about half the lap behind her. Purple Warrior looking for those points. Gets through and calls off the jam. No. Yeah, she did. I thought I heard the whistle, but 2 tracks happening. Sometimes you mix them up. 4 points scored.
Called.
Absolutely.
4 points earned, yes.
Well played. Well played by Purple Warrior out there.
And so the remaining 5 minutes of the game, 185 for Mob City, 153 for the Attack Pack. It has come to this. 32-point lead for Mob City, entering jam number 19 with Toe Jammer and Ari Cantrell, and Cantrell with lead.
Mob City already with 3 scoreless jams right here. We could be looking at another, but Ari Cantrell heading to the box on a track cut.
It's all up to Toe Jammer now, not lead jammer. This jam is lead jammer. Now has now the finger is there. Okay, yes, is lead jammer.
They are giving him lead jammer. I thought Ari already had it, but the track cut must have overrode it.
And Toe Jammer dodge, dip, duck, dive, dodge, 5 points through. 1:20 to go in the jam.
That'll put an end to that scoreless streak that Mob City had going on. Getting back onto the board, Ari Cantrell released from the penalty box.
Offense being run and staying in bounds for another scoring pass of 5.
Ari Cantrell completing that initial pass. Toe Jammer having to call it off, but damage is done. 10 points put up on the board.
And 10 important key points here as we're almost at the 3-minute mark and definitely will be when the next jam begins.
Our amazing producer over here just let me know Ari Cantrell is at 6 penalties. Right here at the end, we got a few minutes left. That's a danger zone for her. That's a huge jammer for them to lose at this point.
Attack Pack calling an official review. 3:09 unofficially to go in the no, Mob City calling an official review. That's it. Mob City with the official review. 195-153 as Deathnella will head downstairs and find out what she can for us.
Yep, that's the secret, ladies and gentlemen. We only sound good because we have a great producer team passing on information to us, letting us know what to tell you. Our hats off to them. Our entire broadcast team has been amazing all weekend. I love working with all of you guys. This has been great.
Camera operators, technical crew in the background, of course the Junior Roller Derby Association crew and board of directors. And yes, this is quite the undertaking to put on an event of this magnitude. 2 events, in fact.
Absolutely.
As we are 3 days into a 5-day roller derby extravaganza, not to be confused with any other East Coast roller derby extravaganzas. But yes, right here in Feasterville as tomorrow, the key for tomorrow, remember, that is going to be a round robin all day long.
Yes.
Roller derby, everybody plays everybody 30 minutes at a time. So any matchup you would want between Team USA East, West, actually that one, East versus West, we're saving for last in the day. But all that will decide the seeding for the championship rounds the next day.
Junior Roller Derby has grown to the point that we have World Cups, teams coming from around the world, not just a couple teams from America and maybe one from somewhere.
Yeah.
No, all these teams coming together. Wow.
Great Britain, Australia, Europe, except for Great Britain, USA East, USA West, Canada.
All coming together right here in Feasterville, Pennsylvania. And this is amazing. It's fun stuff. Right here on our own track, though. 42 points, 3 minutes. There is enough time. The Attack Pack could do it. I've seen the Attack Pack do it. They've scored that many points in that amount of time. Will Mob City let them without the answer of their own?
An important official review it was, and the official review apparently retained. And we will have more information on that momentarily as Fist Fight meets Purple Warrior. And
oh, look, she slid right through there. Fist Fight quickly. I didn't even see her get through that pack. But Lee Jammer goes to Mob City.
And should point out, the penalty box is clear. Everybody on the track, too, as defense and offense at the same time. Roller Derby announcer bingo through the pack, however, the lead jammer calls it.
Getting down to the nitty-gritty here. The Attack Pack with only 1 timeout left. Not able to really use those except for in the exact strategic moment that they need to.
Deathnella, what do you have?
I just found out that Attack Pack trying to get a track cut removed, claimed the jammer did not do that, and that's not how that works. So penalty stands.
So the Attack Pack with that review. Okay, correction there from what we saw on the screen momentarily. Thank you.
Here we go. Jam is back on. Looks like we got turbocharged out there. Mob City coming strong late in the game right here. 2 lead jams in a row easily. They want to continue the control.
Attack Pack losing a blocker to the penalty box. The blocker is Buckeye Brawler. And that will, of course, carry over into the next jam. 4 points scored, 2:04-153 as time ticks away. And we have 1:34 to go. And 1 timeout remaining for the Attack Pack, 2 timeouts plus the review for Mob City. So plenty of opportunity for stoppages if anyone believes that one is necessary. With a score like this, you know, stranger things have happened.
Mob City is not letting up, though. They're coming full strength here late in the game. It's like they found that second win. The speed is back up from these jammers. The blockers are building their walls. We're seeing fresh teams here. This last minute of the game, this is going to be intense no matter what that scoreboard says.
That's right, 2:04, 153. Potentially we have the final jam here, 1:16 to go in the game. 4 points scored by Mob City previously. The winner, third place in the Open Division for the JRDA Championship Tournament right here, 2018. The runner-up, It's Okay, fist bump by the Jammers. Congratulations for Mousetrap, and also 1, 2, 3 Purple Warriors sticking it out for 60 minutes of intense derby. But the runner-up will receive fourth place.
Seems like Mob City will go ahead and use one of their team timeouts right there.
And a hug just off camera as they again go into back into formation, but they pull away to hug for a moment.
The emotional aspect right here, that's when the team looks up, they realizes they're pretty sure
this
third place is it.
This is it.
We got this.
Kenny Logan said it best. This is it.
Here we go. The whistle is blown. Mousetrap, Purple Warrior. Mousetrap right around turn 1 there, taking lead Jammer.
That seals it if Mousetrap and the coaches intend for it to do so, however they say go.
They're going to keep a close eye on that time clock and take advantage. Control. Oh, he's going to go ahead and call it off.
All right, one more jam to come.
Absolutely. We have plenty of time. We will go into another jam. Looks like Buckeye Brawler down there for the attack pack in the penalty box, but she is standing, ready to get back out there. That's our only penalty box player right now.
4-11 fist fights and timeout, so 4 points scored. So put that on the board. That was 4 points scored. And back to live action as another hug from Mob City teammates. Get back behind that line. 4-11 fist fight and 1, 2, 3 Purple Warrior.
Fist fight almost losing her footing there, being real careful not to fall over that jammer line before the whistle.
And that's okay as long as she would yield, but how that is still quite the experience when you do so. It doesn't really work out in your favor. Fist fight with lead, and
Purple Warrior not too far behind her, but lacking the speed she needs to catch up with her. So she realizes the score's not going to change, especially since the official time has run out.
Capozzi in the penalty box, 1 blocker each in the box, as a minute 24 remaining in the jam potentially, but that is it. And with that, the season ends for the Mob City Misfits and the Attack Pack respectively. 4-2 jam, net 2 for the Mob City Misfits, who will have the official total momentarily, but barring any surprises here, Mob City, third place winners right here at the JRDA Championship Tournament in the Open Division. Everett, Washington, send out your tweets, send out your your Facebook love. You have a third place team, third place in the nation in this awesome game. We know it's roller derby. There's the rolling whistle, and as far as we know, this will stand 212-155.
What an amazing showing by both of these teams. The Attack Pack coming from Florida, really representing the state of themselves, their city. So proud of them for being here. They're great friends. Love to see them up here doing what they do best. Yes, they lost, but man, they earned this spot, and fourth place is nothing too shabby.
Yeah.
Fourth place out of the entire nation. So proud of these guys.
Congratulations. Yes, there's the victory lap. Mob City Misfits. And congratulations to the Attack Pack and the sweat-soaked purple with white uniforms. And what an awesome showing right here on the open track. Again, the championship games will be no conflict this year. 6 Eastern, 5 Central, 3 Pacific. Des Moines versus Diamond City. That will be on the female track, as will be the 8 p.m. game, the championship game, Santa Cruz versus Seattle, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, right here.
Yes.
WFTDA.tv. Don't you go anywhere.